It works. He's here.
Somebody left their beautiful car keys out on the bench.
All right.
Welcome to the regular meeting of the City Council on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. I hereby call the meeting to order. Please bow your heads for an invocation by Councilman Marr.
Lord, we ask you to watch over this council as it decides decisions that will affect the city, to guide us in wisdom and helping our community grow and prosper. We ask you to watch over all the citizens of Diamond Head, the state of Mississippi, the U.S., and all the people of the world. Help those who are injured, ill, or in distress. And we ask you, Lord, to make us your instruments. Amen.
Amen. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Lisi.
Here.
Councilmember Finley.
Here.
Councilmember Shepherd. Councilmember Harwood.
Here.
Councilmember Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Marr.
Here.
Okay. I need to adjust the agenda. I move to remove action agenda item 2025-252, motion to concur with the Planning Commission recommendation to approve a text amendment to Article 9, Administration 9.7, Conditional Use Procedure. The proposed text amendment is to consolidate the time frame for approval. The case file number is 202-500-574.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Also need to make another adjustment, Madam
Yes.
Mayor. Need to remove, under table matters, number 2,
Okay.
2025-2029, and move that to the action agenda.
Okay. Any other changes?
Amen.
I need a second for Shane.
Second.
Second by Harwood. All in favor?
Aye.
So for those of you that are here for the conditional use concerns, that is now off the agenda. We're not considering that. Okay. Let's see. Presentation agenda. The next regular meeting of the City Council will be held Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers located at City Hall. The 13th annual Blessing of the Classics will be tomorrow, Wednesday, October 8th, from 1 to 7 p.m. at City Hall. Cruisers, live music, and food on the town green. Cruisers Parade to the Blessing Circle will be from 4 to 5 p.m. And then we have Covington here with an update on bank stabilization, please. Thank you.
They are here and they are excited.
Great. Welcome.
Thank y'all. We are excited, Derek. We're going to talk a little bit about the drainage for bank stabilization. Nathan Long is here. He's the engineer working hard on this, so I'm going to turn it over to him.
Thank you. As been said, I'm Nathan Long.
He's went that way. So we need the light off.
There we go.
Should do the presentation.
do you have to share screen?
That's fine. Everybody should have printouts, I believe. Is this still gonna? Yeah, it's not gonna let me switch the slides. Good? No, that's good. You can start there, that's fine. Okay.
Can we make it full screen? No. Oh, I'm sorry, that you're trying, okay, sorry.
Tammy's PC.
So as Ben said, I'm here to talk about the bank stabilization project. This slide here, the first slide is just an overview, so everybody gets an idea, get your bearings of where everything's at. Yeah, I've got a zoomed in picture on the next slide, but for now, this picture shows that blue shaded area, the northern side. That's the Calipacona tributary that comes from the Calipacona Pond. The far northwest side is where it ties into the Montjoy Creek and goes underneath that bridge. And then on the bottom of the slide, you can see the Duck Pond area. There's some arrows showing kind of how those two things connect. If you'd go to the next slide, please. This is the zoomed in picture just to help everybody see it a little better. Again, the Calipacona tributary. As you can see on this one, at the bottom, where that bottom arrow is pointing up, that's where the Duck Pond ties into this ditch. So with this project, first just to outline the problem that's been identified. Due to high stormwater flows, it's causing severe erosion and bank destabilization, which threatens infrastructure integrity. And then on top of this, there's abrupt directional changes and dense vegetation, which causes issues as far as inspection and maintenance operations go. For the solution for this problem, it's kind of a two-prong approach. The first being channel improvements. So the first solution, like I said, is to regrade the existing Calipacona tributary ditch with proper side slopes and longitudinal gradient. As of right now, the ditch is pretty flat in the longitudinal direction, and the side slopes are pretty steep, which is causing strong erosion issues. So with targeted bank stabilization measures installed in constrained areas, that'll assist. In a couple slides, I'll kind of go in more detail how the constrained areas come into play. The second solution is flow reduction. We can convert the existing duck pond from a recreational pond to a retention pond by lowering the still water elevation. And optionally constructing a new dry detention pond on city property to reduce the volumes entering the ditch over closer to the tributary. Maybe go to the next slide. So this is Exhibit A. Again, the next couple slides will have more zoomed in pictures. But for the purpose of this slide, the blue shaded area is the proposed limits of the ditch after grading, with it being designed to accommodate a 100-year storm event. The maximum side slopes in areas behind residential properties would be 1.5 to 1 slopes. That's where it's steeper, and it'll be critical to have permanent erosion control measures in this area. And areas that aren't residential property would be sloped to have 3 to 1 slope, being that it's on city property. In this drawing, the non-shaded properties are the city properties, or properties that easements have already been attained. That's in the pink shaded area. All the yellow shaded area is residential property, privately owned residential property. As I said before too, the longitudinal slope increase will improve flow and conveyance efficiency to keep it from the ditch being so flat through the entirety of the ditch. Go to the next slide, please. This is a little zoomed in picture on the east side. You can see on the far east side, that's Calipacona Way, where the Calipacona Pond is. As y'all know, there's already been one project completed with Calipacona Pond to decrease the flows on this eastern side of the ditch. And then on the bottom of the picture, you can see again where that pipe crosses Calipacona Way to, which is coming from the duck pond.
You weren't ready?
That's fine.
That's where the pipe is crossing.
Right.
That's the flow from the duck pond there. Right, and the flows here crossing Calipacona have been reduced through the previous project, which was the Calipacona Pond project.
And then the next slide is the western side, again, where it curves kind of north and goes towards Montjoy Creek. Go to the next one. So as I talked before, Exhibit B, the second solution, before I go into too much detail with it, just to help with visualization. So in a given 24-hour period, the precipitation required for a 25-year storm is 10.8 inches, and then for a 100-year storm is 14.3 inches. So that kind of helps, or at least it helps me visualize the difference between a 25-year storm and a 100-year storm for reference. So lowering this duck pond to still water elevation by 2 to 3 feet will create additional storage for a 100-year storm to increase or decrease the flows by 25 to 30% approximately. There's a quick detail on the bottom what that looks like from a profile view of the pond. This is just a typical section. And then there on the right is the proposed modifications to the pond. As you can see, the proposed shows the overflow weir on the northern side of the pond. That's already existing, and then we have the pipe that connects over to the ditch past it. You can go to the next slide. So with this, just to continue, this just continue the trend of reducing flows through this ditch. As we talked about, what Ben talked about, the Calipacona Pond project successfully reduced flows in the ditch on that eastern part, and this just follows that same strategy to continue to decrease it as best we can. In addition to this, with this duck pond, a little bit of a difference from Calipacona, there's more area around the duck pond for landscaping improvements, less harsh grading, more, I guess, aesthetically pleasing situation around it. And then on top of that, the duck pond, as it is, already has some maintenance issues that is needed. It's kind of already in need of some dredging, so this conversion of the pond to a retention pond leverages that for necessary work. This picture too on the bottom also shows that little pocket pond, I was calling it, just south of the existing ditch. There's 3 city properties.
This is back, so Calipacona Pond is
Right.
over here. Montjoy Creek is over to the left of the screen, and this is the improvements we're gonna be doing on the ditch. Right where, the cursor is now, that's the pipe that carries the flow from the duck pond, goes through 3 city properties and into the ditch. There's another opportunity to put a small retention pond there to slow the flow down as well.
Correct. I believe that's the last slide. Okay.
That pond, that would be dry for the most.
Yes, that one would be a dry pond.
Similar to Russell,
Mhm.
one out Russell, is that right?
So we're showing it here proposed with a fence around it just to, just for make it look nicer and for safety reasons, being that it's going to be a dry pond. But yeah, it should be empty when it's not in a storm event. Is there any questions?
I like the idea that you're going to be dredging the duck pond. Are you dredging all the way the ditch to Montjoy Creek also to keep it like because you know how easily stuff just builds up in those ditches, and if you're dredging that and you got the equipment out there, why not just go all the way down to Montjoy with it?
You
I know
talking-
there's money, but
Are you talking about the ditch from Calipacona Way to Montjoy Creek?
yes.
Yes, that's correct. So if you want to go back towards one of the first slides, that's the ditch I believe you're talking about. We would be,
That's the longitudinal.
yeah, that's the longitudinal
that way, yeah.
slope increase.
Go to the first.
Keep on up there.
Yeah, no, the fifth slide.
That's what it-
Two more.
oh,
That one. So that, you can kind of see the difference in slide 3 and 5. Slide 5, that's what the increased, the boundary slightly increased. That's with dredging it or digging out it, regrading that ditch to,
Okay, so you're
Make
not
sure
just doing the
it's-
sides, you're also going to
Right,
make that
right.
deeper.
right.
Not necessarily deeper.
Not necessarily deeper.
No, it actually it's going to get shallower in some locations.
Is that right?
This ditch right here will get shallower as it gets closer to Calipana Pond.
See, as it is right now, right there as it crosses from Calipacona Pond, it's a pretty steep drop off. It's, I think, like 7-8 feet drop, and then it stays almost flat all the way to Montjoy Creek. It's got very limited slope, so the proposed plan would be to actually build it up towards Calipacona Pond, so it has more slope back towards
Montjoy Creek.
Right.
So, okay.
Being that there's room to build it back up towards the Calipacona Pond.
And that would be still allowing the flow level that's needed.
Right, right.
Any other questions?
So at the duck pond, when we lose any of that area with the little deck and would it affect any of that? Would we, where the little parking area is?
On the
and
side
that
of it.
little kind of deck on the side?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
Is the deck over the water?
No.
It's
No, it's on the
Not
west
really.
side. It's not even
Yeah.
in the, it's not
Slide
in the scope
7.
at all.
Okay, no, so
It's
the,
right on the edge, like, it might be sometimes a little water there.
the biggest difference you're gonna see is the wetted area, the area holding water will get smaller. Because we're lowering the water surface elevation.
Mhm.
So that's one reason, also to get more capacity, we're gonna dredge out this area that currently isn't pond.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it's all said and done, the total wetted pond size should be very close to what it is today.
Okay.
But it's gonna be lower, we'll have a drainage structure in it that will then allow water to build up in the pond, store and drain out.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Looks great.
Awesome.
Thank
you
you.
all.
City manager, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'll get it, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
You're up.
Just going to give you some updates on our projects we have. As you can see, the MDOT project is pretty much put together and finished. The engineers are currently waiting, or the MDOT engineers are updating the drawings to put the railing along the multimodal path. So that's the next big thing we'll see. And then once they finish that and get it back to the subcontractor, they'll get out there and do they'll do that installation, and we're waiting on final signage around the entire project. Hopefully that will be done next week. They said 3 weeks, and this is the third week, so maybe we'll see it this week to next. The Cone Branch project, 180-day project, currently with an end date of December the 13th. The contractor is currently working between the ditches, or in the ditch between the houses. And I think they said they're doing about 20 to 30 linear feet a day. So they're going pretty good there. They cleared that all out, and so they're making those installations of those culverts there. All the work around the outfall areas are done. and they've installed a new culvert underneath the roadway that was required. So the road was closed there for a couple of days to get that installed. Right now, the conflict boxes that are required on each end, I noticed we're getting formed and probably poured out in the next couple of days to get that done too. So they're making great progress in getting their work done. We will have a change order. They had some quantity variations, so I asked for a change order to get that straight. So we should have that on the next agenda, but they zeroed out everything. So what they had overages, they've taken away in other areas that's not needed. So we'll get a zero change order or a very minimal change order at the next meeting. The canal dredging project is out for bid. We've got a pre-bid meeting scheduled for the 20th, and bids are due on the 29th. We did get permission from MDEQ to re-advertise this project. They were good with the plans and specs as we had them, so as we expected. So it's back out there, and hopefully we can get some bids in this time and get this on our 1st of November agenda for approval and get this project started. The Jordan River Boardwalk, the engineers are finalizing the lighting plans. They sent me several options, and we picked some pretty lights for the to be put on the boardwalk itself that are for you to be able to see, as well as boaters to be able to see the boardwalk out there. And then we had to pick some educational materials that will be displayed along the boardwalk. We picked some of, hopefully, of animals that you might actually see out there, or plants that are out there when you go walking on that boardwalk. So we picked all that, and everything got back to the engineers, so they're going to put all that together and then submit everything to MDEQ for their review and hopefully approval here in the next few weeks. The Montjoy Creek DNR specialist is working on this project. The plan, currently her plan is to sit down with U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and go over everything that we have designed and submitted to them for a review. Once the specialist gets everything, she'll let the engineers, she's planning on letting the engineers know next week if she needs any additional information. Hopefully not, and if so, then we can get a permit issued here very soon and get that project moving forward. The hazard mitigation grants, FEMA chose to adjust the scope of the generator project at the end of the project, and I do have that in writing from them. So that's why it's on the agenda to go ahead and make the purchase of only one portable generator and then the one stationary generator, and then we'll zero out the project at the end. The bank stabilization, as you just heard that presentation, so our next step is probably going to be easement acquisition so that we can get this project started here as well. The Pelican Cove Drainage Project, the engineers finalizing the plans, is very close on that, as you heard the presentation at our last council meeting. Once we get those back, we'll ask for permission to advertise and get that project started. We should be, as far as funding for that project, in good shape too, so we'll be able to do that one. The Run Bayou Nature Trail, the engineers are still working on the surveying on that. I didn't get a chance to get in touch with him to find out where he is. Hopefully he'll get those surveys to us so that I can get it over to legal to work on getting the legal descriptions put together and get the property owners to agree to the easements that are needed. The fitness park, Public Works, hopefully soon we'll start clearing that property next to Oshner Medical. It's just kind of they're working on the dog park right now, and all these other events and everything going on. They're backed up with a lot of work, but hopefully we can get them started on that as soon as when they finish up with the dog park clearing. But that's going to be next to Oshner Medical and the new multimodal path. So once it's cleared, they'll install the equipment that Oshner is providing for this park. The dog park is on the agenda tonight for advertising, so we can get started on that. Like I said, Public Works has rerouted the ditch, so it's now outside the area of the dog park itself, and then so we're good there. We're working on getting the bricks, the engraving bricks, secured. I have the pavers, I believe, and I just got to find someone to engrave them, so we're good there. So the commercial district, still waiting on to get the final piece of property so we can get moving on that, but the engineers are still working on the design and specifications for that project, and hopefully we can finalize that soon and be getting that project out for bid as well. And then the landscaping project, meeting with the Keep Donahue Beautiful and their landscape architect tomorrow, no, Thursday, and we'll sit down and work on or look at the overall design that they're coming up with, and hopefully we can, they can get started on that. That won't be anything the city has to do, but we'll see how that comes out, and then we'll, as a city, pick it up and do what else is needed if Keep Donahue Beautiful doesn't have all the funding for that. So, but that will work, or that landscape design is coming all the way from Yacht Club up to the Diamond Head Circle here at the community center. So we're looking at that entire roadway area from one end to the other to landscape this out. So it will kind of tie into the duck pond as well. So we'll have to kind of work together with that to make that project happen.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, I have one. Surprise. On the Jordan River Boardwalk, so I don't know if anybody else went by Saturday morning, but our pier was underwater all the way to the kayak launch. And I'm just wondering, if we're doing a boardwalk, are we going to raise it up higher level than what the pier going to the kayak launch is?
At the start, no. It's going to stay, I think that's 8 feet above mean high tide, but it does raise up to 12 feet, so it will be
So
higher.
it'll be on the slip type of floating like?
And then it's just, it's going to be a gradual
gonna be
increase.
gradually. Okay.
Based, I'm sure,
Yeah, I was just
handicap
surprised. I didn't-
accessibility and all that.
I didn't think it was that heavy of a rain for Friday night, Saturday to have it
No,
completely
it's
disappear. but-
wind. It's wind. It's which way the wind
Right.
blows, as the old saying goes. It pushes that water in and raises up that overall area. So, yeah.
All right, then I'm satisfied.
All right.
No, thank you.
Okay, great. And I just wanted to thank the city staff who worked so hard on Paddle Paradise. For any of you who might have been out there, it was wonderful. We had great weather, and we had wonderful turnout again, and
Was.
I
Yes, we did have about 120 people registered for the event.
Mhm.
Probably only about 100 showed up. It happens. But it was beautiful weather, and it was a great
Was.
event, and my staff did a great job with that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they did. So thank you for all your hard work. And then also, I want to let y'all know, if you didn't see it, the city now has a newsletter. And John's lovely wife, Allison, did that for us. And it will be monthly and include all the happenings. And will be, are you e-blasting it, or is it just on, okay, it'll be e-blasted and available on the website. So we're excited about that, and you'll see lots of good info in that. And that is all I had. Thank you. Are there any public comments on agenda items? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Tracy Fountain. Thank you. Do you need help? Okay, thank you.
Makes me nervous. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tracy, and I'm the owner of Zenfully Bliss right here on the Gulf Coast. I have provided you with signed pages from my customers to help to protect broadleaf kratom and
Is your
water
mic
use.
on? Sorry.
It's on.
Maybe spin it down.
Because I'm nervous.
There you go. You're fine, go ahead.
Okay. I opened up Zenfully Bliss because of what raw kratom leaf did for me and my family. I first started using kratom 2 years after a fall down the steps, chin first, into the concrete, and left me with severe TMJ and carpal tunnel in both wrists. No surgeons, and I've seen many, could put my jaw back into place. And all of them gave up on me due to it was too severely damaged. I could not talk, chew, smile, eat, or sleep. My jaws were almost completely locked closed. No pain pills worked either. I lived and felt like I'd been punching my face 24/7. However, after trying kratom, within about 15 minutes, I could start to open my mouth again. Within about 2 weeks, I had full motion, pain completely gone, my wrist didn't hurt in pain, and I could sleep again. My extra perk to kratom was I don't drink alcohol anymore at all in six years. Well, actually 7 years, excuse me. My husband has tremors, which sounds like I got right now. Found relief with kratom, which no prescription medicine could help him. My mom, which is 71, uses it. She has IBS, and she has stomach problems. That experience showed me something powerful, something that best medicine still couldn't come, that still comes from nature. That's why I opened Zenfully Bliss, to give people access to safe, clean, natural kratom that helped us. Here at Zenfully Bliss, I personally send it out myself to have it lab tested to make sure it is clean and safe for people to use. And I only sell raw powder. I do not sell that other stuff. I never have, and I don't like it. Now, not all kratom is the same, and there's a big distinction that really matters. The FDA had a press briefing on July 29th and made that clear. They are not worried about natural leaf powder. Their concern is with something that is called 7-OH, which is synthetic cocktails, chemical mixes that is sold in gas stations, misuse the name of kratom. These products are not what nature intended. Those products don't belong in the community either, and we fully support enforcing to remove them. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm shaking.
You're okay.
That's exactly what House Bill 1077 does, and I gave everybody one of those so everybody can read it. It enforces stricter control over what's sold off the shelves and hold bad actors accountable, and you must be age of 21 to purchase it. We support House Bill 1077 completely because it protects the public and keeps the focus on safe, natural kratom, the real plant, and not the problem products. Think of it this way: buying from Zenfully Bliss is like shopping at Whole Foods, clean, natural, and responsible sourced. Gas station cocktails, that's like fast food, full of chemicals and additives. Our customers aren't thrill seekers. They're veteran citizens, parents, neighbors who's just trying to feel better naturally. We support smart, fair regulation, the kind that protects people from synthetic stuff while keeping safe, natural kratom available for those that it helps.
Okay.
Thank you.
Time's up. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all the info. Okay, Shane, is it Billiot? Welcome.
I'm here in a supporting role for my friend. I have been on medications my entire life for bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, and while my medications do help somewhat, I've learned that kratom also helps me to be able to come out in a setting and speak to you guys. Like, I took some early before I came out here. Before, even with my medication, I can't get up in crowds. I couldn't even speak at my grandmother's funeral because I am so nervous and my anxiety gets so bad I have panic attacks. But today, I just want to support what she's saying because what she's saying is true. It helps people. Now, we're not saying that there aren't others out there who are out there doing wrong, but when you're regulating this stuff, please take into consideration how it does help people. It's not out there hurting people and killing people. The good stuff isn't. We just want you to think about that when making your considerations and how it's going to affect the members of the community that need this, that actually help and support this stuff, and they get by with this, and without having to spend thousands of dollars on narcotics and medications. And this is a safer alternative to narcotics. And I just wanted that to be presented here to you today. And it's just important to me because I use it because it's safe to me. And I don't like to take narcotics or drink. And it does help with the drugs and the narcotics and the alcohol. It's not a stimulant like everybody thinks it is. It's not a harmful narcotic. and that's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks. Okay, Dennis Ladnier? Ladnier, okay.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
My name's Dennis, as y'all know. I'm here on behalf of the Kratom myself. You know, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I lived on the streets most of my adult life. And about 6 years ago, I wound up with a life-changing event. You know, like I said, I was homeless. I wound up with a car, a job, and a place to live all at one time. You know, but how kratom comes in, I've also started having blood clots in my leg. And they went on for years, about 3 years. But I started doing kratom about 6 years ago, but I didn't find out that I had blood clots until 3 years later. But the whole time I was taking kratom, I was able to work to keep my job, because if I didn't work, all I have is me. And if I can't work, I can't have a place to live. And kratom helped me work. I was doing 12-hour shifts sometimes. My leg was swelled up as big as a basketball. And now it's going on 6 years later. I still had the blood clots, but they're leaving. They're gone. My doctors told me it's something that don't usually happen with blood clots. But I'm able to keep my vehicle, keep my responsibilities up, because it helped me with the pain. I didn't have to go back to alcohol. I also was a pill popper. But when I started doing kratom, it's like it just took all of that away. It gave me the inspiration to keep going on, you know, learning to put up with a lot of pain and trying to work at the same time, and not try to worry about having to be out in the streets again. Now, this has been the most comfortable time of my life, you know, and it's all because kratom helped me keep my job, keep me, you know, in comforts, you know. But to me, kratom is a lifesaver. I'm 64 years old, and I can still get out there and do 12-hour shifts, and I've been 16 years sober. I don't even have to take painkillers no more. This stuff is not what they sell in them stores. This is pure kratom, leaf kratom, and it's helped me tremendously. So if you can, try to keep this going, because it is a natural substance that does help. I've did it all, the alcohol, the pills. I've never done anything quite as remarkable as this stuff does. I'm not up here to be flamboyant about it or anything. I'm just here telling the truth about it.
well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Very much.
Seth Hayes. Hey. Welcome.
I'm right there along with them. I work in Diamond Head sometimes. I don't leave Diamond Head for weeks at a time. I don't have to. I love this place. And growing up, I never thought I would say that. So, recovering addict, you know, I was affected by the Oxycontin opiate, you know, thing of the late 2000s. You know, when kratom came into my life, it has most likely saved my life a couple times. There's no question about it. And very similar to these people's story, you know, there's a couple things. There are different strands. There's different, just like, you know, THC, marijuana, there's different things that it does: digestion, relaxation, energy, mood enhancing, anti-inflammatory, pain relief. You know, it's just, it is an herb from the Lord, right? For those of us that can't go to the pain management doctors, not because we're allergic, not because we can't afford it, because it affects our life worse than anything. I don't know if y'all have ever been through it, you know, but I would like to I would like to say I 100% support, you know, regulating the other crap they're talking about. I'm not one for trying to ban things that people can choose to put in their body or not, you know. But they're very right. Synthetics are dangerous. Man-made products are dangerous. But the leaf kratom's been used for thousands of years, you know. And seeing it banned or not being able to get, you know, if I'm running around in Diamond Head and not be able to stop and grab some at the store or something like that, it would be a shame. It would truly be a shame. So I just had to stand up for what I believe in, right? Like, you know, and if y'all do have that power, that, you know, we really need to help to push it. You know, there are seniors here, vets here, people like me that depend on this, and some people can't get out of the bed without it, and it's a lifesaver. So that's really what I got to say, and I thank y'all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Howard Thickman, wait, I'm sorry, Mary Craig, I skipped you. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone. I believe that Cheryl Doyle did send you all packets on Kratom. Okay, Cheryl couldn't be here tonight, so I'm representing her. Cheryl is the director of the Infant Mortality Program in the state of Mississippi. Just lost it. Just to reiterate what she said, and also, I'm Mary Craig, and I live at 752 Cherry Hill Drive, and I have a master's in nursing. I was previously the director of fetal and infant mortality for the state of Louisiana, and then I came over to Mississippi after I retired and did that program here along the Gulf Coast. Now, just to reiterate what Cheryl Doyle has already told y'all, more than 36 Mississippi cities and counties have banned purchasing, using, and possessing kratom, including Oxford, Ridgeland, Lowndes County, and Jones County. Cheryl, as it is with me, our primary concern is the effect kratom can have on the developing fetus if the mother ingests it. We've had our Mississippi babies in the NICU for 10 days or more diagnosed with neonatal abstinence syndrome as they withdraw from kratom. So Cheryl has seen these directly. Have you ever seen newborns with neonatal abstinence syndrome and witnessed their pain as they withdraw from this? Cheryl has. And she assures it it's a sight that a nurse will never forget. In the interest of our citizens, primarily our young people, I ask you, as Cheryl does, to please ban kratom from our beautiful city of Diamond Head. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Howard Thickman. He left. Okay, the next three are about the P&Z change, which we are not hearing. So, but you can still talk if you want to.
No, that's okay. You said at the very beginning, and I wasn't sure which motion.
It's that one. But Don, you can come still.
I know that's off the table, but I do have questions on the duck pond. That is the duck pond on Jack's Drive,
It's your
I'm
duck
assuming?
pond.
And
He lives on it.
when y'all talk about lowering it, are you lowering the water or you're lowering the bottom? Both. And how deep are you gonna have the pond after you lower it? Because right now sometimes we have a drought and the ducks are walking on top of on the land back toward the back side of it, so it's the geese and ducks both are just walking across a muddy bottom. So if you don't lower the bottom and still retain enough water in there, it's not going to work, and you're going to have an algae problem. Algae will get really take over the pond and it'll look gross. So I have some great concerns about that. Secondly, I have been working with John about trying to get something done on the property, the land on our side. It keeps caving in. It's caved in all the way back to our fence. And I was hoping to get some riprap. I was gonna put it down myself if I could get some, and John's been working on trying to do that. I'm hoping that,
Engineers came up with this instead of fixing the slopes that are probably 5 to 1.
are you gonna riprap the bank?
And John, didn't we, like months ago, talk about planting, some native things to help with the erosion? Is that still a possibility?
Yeah, part of our discussion Thursday morning that we will have.
Well, I just want to reiterate that the pond on our side has caved in so much that it's back to our fence, and then the water, it goes out level, or it just, maybe 5 or 6 inches of water usually for about 10 or 15 feet out. Then it finally gets deeper because of all of the land that's caved in already. So I'm hoping that something will be done to take care of those issues, because I think that's a beautiful pond. I would hate
It
to
is.
see it disintegrate.
So what he's talking about this meeting Thursday morning, the landscape architect is addressing that also.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I will try to keep in touch.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anybody who signed up to speak that still wants to speak now that we've changed? Yeah. Are you Beverly? Yes. Okay, you signed up anyway. Come on down.
But I know it's not normally.
It's okay.
I wasn't expecting this presentation when I showed up, so I didn't exactly zoom in at the beginning. But I heard the words retention pond and fence. Are they talking about making the duck pond a retention pond, or was I in the wrong area of
No.
Diamond Head?
Yes and no. They were discussing making, instead of just a recreational pond, the duck pond would become a retention pond. And all that means is that we're gonna fix the depth of it and so that it has more capacity to be able to hold water.
Yeah,
But and to retain the water.
Big, deep grass fenced, and it's not attractive.
But not fenced in, no ma'am. The fencing part was a small pond over on Calipacona, that is 3 city properties that would be, used as a detention area for where the duck pond, comes out.
Well, see, his interest is he lives on the duck pond, but I don't want
Certainly.
to see the entrance to Diamond Head.
No,
ruined with
absolutely
duck
not.
Retention. Thank you very much. And is this going to be rescheduled, this that was taken off the agenda? Oh, it's off. Even better.
May I have a motion to approve the September 16th, 2025 regular meeting minutes?
So
Move.
moved, Finley.
Second, Clark.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we move to table number 2 to action agenda. Okay, resolution 2025-243, motion to adopt resolution 2025-049, thereby acquiring by donation, grant, or conveyance certain real property located within the city from Gem City Properties LLC for right-of-way and sidewalk. Do we have a motion?
Move, Finley.
Second?
Second, Harwood.
Okay, Finley? Discussion?
No thanks.
No? Does anyone have any discussion? Okay.
Yes.
Harwood,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes?
Mayor.
Yes. Okay. 2025-244, motion to adopt resolution 2025-050, thereby acquiring by donation, grant, or conveyance certain real property located within the city from Rouse Land Company LLC for right-of-way and sidewalk. Do we have a motion?
Move, Finley.
Second?
Second. Ma?
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none.
Finley,
Yes.
Harwood,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. 2025-254, motion to adopt resolution 2025-051, thereby authorizing the city manager to permit the use of city-owned barricades or similar devices on private property to aid in traffic control and for other related purposes. Have a motion?
Move, Clark.
I'll second. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Amy? Receiving none? Vote?
Finley,
Yes.
Harwood.
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 6 through 19?
I'll move, Harwood.
May I have a second?
Second, Finley.
All in favor?
Aye.
Action agenda, motion to approve a text amendment to remove the 10 feet setback from the primary residence requirement for accessory structures. Case file number is 202-500-573.
Move.
Motion
Finley.
by Finley, and second.
I'd like a second.
Motion to approve a text amendment to add additional requirements for camper, boat, and RV storage in C1, C2, PFR, and ADWF districts.
Move, Clark.
Second.
Second, Harwood. Any discussion?
No, ma'am. I do.
Okay.
I don't like it being just additional requirements and not knowing what they are, so I would not vote on something that I didn't have a definitive requirements.
Mr. Rich is here, do you mind coming up and giving us some more info?
Yep, they are spelled out. Pat will show you where.
Will
I hope.
All right, the additional requirements, they're spelled out on page 120
Sir.
in your handout. And these already include for residential areas.
That's
Okay.
what it said for C1, C2.
And so what we're doing is we're making it in all zoning districts, not just residential. We're using the same ordinance, we're just now applying it for all zoning districts. PFR, C1, C2, mixed use, whatever it is. And that's in concert with what the residence ordinances are, and looking at keeping the commercial district beautiful and nothing sticking out there. So we do have some parking of boats, campers, RVs, and trailers within the commercial district today. And we'd like to get this passed, and once it becomes effective, we'd like to start enforcing that.
How quickly will it become effective if we pass it?
30 days.
30 days.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion?
Well, yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
sorry.
even with that, I still have a dislike of commercial areas needing to screen for vehicles and all like that. Now, you did explain to me earlier, like you were talking about down by Yacht Club Circle and having the boats there and stuff like that, but I also think it could be used in places where you don't need screening. I'm all for a fence, but screening necessarily in commercial places is too rare. I think this is something where it should be that you might want to have a conditional use where they can do it without screening. And so, because of that, I'm not going to vote for the way it's written.
Okay. Well, it's consistent with what we asked the residents to do.
I understand, but I
Okay.
think commercial has a different need than residential would.
Okay, if it was a boat storage area, it would have to be enclosed with a fence, correct?
With a screen fence, according to this.
No, not a screen fence. Behind a
That's
fence or
screening.
screened from view.
Well,
Okay,
and
a
how would it
screen.
be screened from view if it's a wrought iron fence with no screening in it?
We count that as screening, okay, the fence.
Well, I can still see the boats behind it.
I realize that.
So that's where I have the issue.
Okay, all right. Very good.
So is that legal? Is that, if everyone agrees, is that a change that we could add rather than send back?
Yes, this is a recommendation from the planning and zoning. You're the final approving authority. So you can add, delete, send it back to P and Z.
So in this case, do you want to?
I don't know what words would work that would say, you know, screening doesn't necessarily mean from view. It could just mean a wrought iron fence blocking it from being open to the public or something like that.
Not visible.
Well, but it is visible through a wrought iron fence.
It shouldn't be, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying where they already do the boat storage, I don't think they need any screening in that wrought iron fence to block me from seeing the boats. So I would be against it in that instance if it was screened. If it's just a fence, I'm good with it. If it's a
Right.
screened fence, I'm against it.
If you have a business that stores boats and you have a business license and a permit to do this, this would not apply to you. This would apply to businesses that are other than boat storage, that happen to have boats and campers just stored on their property.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And where would it say it's statutorily that this isn't for the, you know, the boat storages?
We have, for boat storage, we have ordinances set up for it already, identified as
That would be a different
use or
C1,
condition.
C2, or C3?
That would be different than this. For boat storage, it must have the landscaping, it must have the fences, the bar fencing is fine, and the landscaping kind of shields that from view. Okay? What we're looking for is, we don't want to see a boat out in front of or behind a commercial district, and you can see it from the street as you're walking down the street when we have this mixed-use development, et cetera.
Okay.
Anyone else in this discussion? Okay. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 4-1.
Yes. Okay, and as I stated before, number 22 is gone. 23, motion to discuss and consider possible action regarding regulation and or sale of trading within the city. Do I have a head? I'll move. Do I have a second?
Number 22.
I'll second, Harwood.
This is not a motion to ban kratom. This is just, I think we need to talk about it. We're in an environment where things are changing. And there, like you said, there are so many synthetic kinds. And I know the legislature has banned them, and that's great, but there's a lot to consider. And this was brought to our attention by the nurse who couldn't be here, Cheryl Blow. She's concerned about infants. You know, we were very concerned with babies who. Oh, sorry, my mic wasn't on. We're very concerned about.
Will you start over so people
Yes.
at home can hear? what
Yes, thank you. I didn't realize my mic wasn't on. So sorry. This was brought to our attention by the nurse Cheryl Doyle, who wasn't here, and she's the head of infant mortality for the state health department, and she has witnessed some just really horrific things with newborns who, you know, through no fault of their own, were born addicted to kratom, and they've really suffered. And so the legislature's taking action. The FDA has not cleared this. Other states around us have banned it. We don't know. but we need to talk about it because we are in an environment where this is evolving. And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't really look into what is appropriate and, you know, beneficial to our community. But we also need to take into account, you know, the opinions of, you know, people like you. So there's a lot to consider. This is not a motion to just willy-nilly ban kratom. This is a motion to, let's talk about it and do some research and consider. And that was my logic behind putting it on the agenda. So that is where I am. Did you want to add anything?
I agree. Yeah, I think we just wanted to open up discussion and, you know, that way we could hear from people in our community, and really, take that into consideration. And so.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's brought up before us so that we can discuss it. One of the things, whether it's passed by the state or not passed by the state, I understand that there are some cities that doing it, but I do think something like this where we're banning, we need a lot more research on it and facts. And I'm against, in general, banning most things, but I'm not against restricting them so that nobody under 18, for example, just like thing, should be able to access it. That it should only be for those who are, you know.
Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. The state actually did just address all that in July.
And they just passed it in July?
21, if you're 21.
Well, I saw the House did, but not the Senate.
No, so the governor did sign that House bill. It passed both branches. What it does is it bans sales to a person who's not 21, and it effectively bans the synthetic kratom. And I think that was the point that some of the people that spoke to you about, is the difference between the natural and the synthetic kratom. But the state has taken that step of banning that synthetic kratom. So that's where
Just synthetic.
That's where we are at the state level.
And it's,
Okay, so if you can't have it by the state as a synthetic anywhere in the state, then there's no reason for the city to ban it unless you're just banning the natural version of it.
That would be correct.
And the other thing is, the state, a year ago, changed the majority age from 21 to 18, and why are they making this 21 then instead of 18? If you're saying you're an adult, you're an adult. And so it should be 18 for alcohol too, in my opinion. But that's just me. I'm not going to have that fight with Mothers Against Drunk Driving tonight.
Thank you.
any other discussion?
Yes, ma'am. I was just going to say, you know, since they passed this, I think we need to get more on the regulation side of things and enforcing it. That way we can get away from the bad and regulate what we have now.
And just one last thought, you know, it's a little terrifying that people can go into these gas stations anywhere and get, I mean, who knows what, some really dangerous things out there. So we need to have, I think, have the conversation, do the research, and, you know, make a good decision. But I would like to move that we ask the city attorney to research this issue and get back to us with his findings. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So that passed. Thank you. All right. Claims payable. Motion to approve the docket of claims, DKT.
Whoa,
Oh.
excuse me. I forgot about Mr. Reed.
Oh,
Parker.
I'm sorry. I forgot we moved that. Thank you.
That is, that was on
That's
table.
from the table,
agenda.
right? Thank you. Okay. My apologies. Okay, so the tabled matter that moved to action, thank you. Motion to approve the Planning Commission's recommendation to deny an addition, a covered patio within 0 feet of the rear yard setback. The property address is 3 Whispering Branch Way. Tax parcel number is 123A-3-03-028.000. Property is in an R3 zoning district. The rear yard setback for an addition is 20 feet. The variance requested is 20 feet. The case file number is 202500448.
Mr. Rich has a few updates on this. We've
Okay.
got a revised variance request from the applicant.
All right, we've worked, since this item was tabled, we've worked with Mr. Parker, and he's here tonight if y'all wish to speak with him.
Okay.
But we work with him, and we've come up with what we think is a reasonable solution to the problem.
Mr. Rich, could you hold on a second?
Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't,
Oh,
I'll move. Sorry.
Second.
Okay. Proceed.
okay, very good.
All in favor? Aye.
Do we need an amended motion from what this says if he's changing the
Right
variance?
now, he's going to describe what he has, and then he's going to ask y'all to amend the.
Right,
Okay.
right. Anyway, so we've come up to something. As you know, the property was located on another person's property, okay? And not even the city council can approve that. So he's come back and he's come up with a solution now where the property is, the building is going, the addition will be 1 foot from the property line. So instead of asking for 20 feet, he's asking for 19 feet. That way we'll not encroach on the POA's property. You still have that cushion of the POA's property, so you're not backed up to another residential plot, okay, or home. So it's the POA property there. As long as y'all are okay with it, and we think this is a reasonable solution to resolve this issue.
And so, Pat, the building officials recommend this revision?
Yes, yes.
And we
Okay.
do have the blessing in writing from the Oaks HOA.
Yes, no one has objected to the original, and then the Oaks is in favor. The Oaks was in favor of going in and building across it, but that would have created a title nightmare.
And the issue was, it was not in the power of the council to grant somebody a variance
Right.
onto someone else's property, and that we were in a little bit of a catch-22 there. So the request would be to revise his variance request to be 19 feet instead of 20 feet, and to require that he obtain a permit prior to doing the work and to have it inspected. And that would be the request of the applicant.
So the applicant is ready to file the permit once y'all approve the variance.
Okay, well, I'll move as amended.
Second.
Second by Finley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Very good, thank you. Okay, now claims payable. Motion to approve docket of claims, DKT 233171 through DKT 233222 in the amount of $682,975.99.
Motion.
Motion by Finley, second.
Second.
Second by Marr. All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve department reports?
I'll move.
They're not, that shouldn't be on here, okay. Excuse me. Are there any public comments on non-agenda items? No? Okay. Any closing comments, council?
Everybody have a great day tomorrow for Cruising the Coast. And don't forget, we have 3 live music events tomorrow. So come on down to Town Green, starting at 1 and going to 7, I believe.
Yes. And is there any need for executive session?
No, there is not.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Clark.
Second.
Second by Harwood. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.